Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another video brought to you by SeniorCatWellness.com. If you enjoyed today's presentation and find it informative, please feel free to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and share the content. Today's video subject are cats good pets for seniors? Before we begin, let's first take a look at today's topic overview. Feline companions form strong bonds with their owners, providing much needed love, affection, and company. Cats don't require walking, and they're clean animals. However, cats can cause trips, interrupt sleep, and have destructive tendencies, clawing carpets and furniture. You'll also need to meet the cost of food, toys, and vet care. Cats make wonderful pets for seniors because, compared to many other animals, they are relatively easy to care for. Felines are mostly independent, even if they reside indoors. As long as a cat receives plenty of affection and essential care, food, water, litter box, toys, life is good. We offer the following advantages for seniors. Cats are more than happy to stay indoors. Their play is not too active. They don't need too much to entertain themselves. Cats eliminate indoors, and yes, this is an advantage. It beats many alternatives for seniors, especially if mobility has become an issue. Next, cats care for themselves in terms of cleanliness. Outside of an occasional combing to remove that dead fur, cats can more or less handle the rest. And finally, cats are affordable to maintain. You don't really have to break the bank unless, of course, you want to. Outside of vet visits, standard care shouldn't hit the wallet too much. Of course, this list must be considered within its proper context. Senior adults, just like any and everyone else, have varying degrees of health and wellness. On a personal note, I spent several years of my life when I was much younger, looking after my grandparents. Quite a demanding task at times, to say the very least. So I can certainly speak firsthand about the many trials and tribulations that seniors can face from a general health and wellness standpoint, specifically when it comes to mobility. However, if you're a relatively mobile senior, still very much up and about, and can fulfill basic tasks throughout the day, the advantages listed here could suit you quite nicely. While most of the disadvantages are very much self explanatory, they are major disadvantages nonetheless, and should certainly be taken into great consideration, as even the most healthy and mobile senior can fall victim to these disadvantages. First up, the risk of trips and falls. Cats have a tendency to walk under people, and if you're not very spry, they can really get the best of you. This can be quite dangerous for a senior. Next up, scratches and bites. As we age, our skin begins to suffer. Take your forearms, for example. They're not as healthy at age 80 as they were at age 20, and any scratches and bites brought on by a cat can potentially cause a lot of problems and take a very long time to heal. Next up, those feline destructive tendencies. Cats are indeed easier to take care of compared to other animals, but as most of us know, that doesn't exclude them from having a wild hair every now and again. If a cat gets a bit out of control, it could knock over items, tear up a sofa, and most any and everything in between. Now, this type of action can be difficult for most anyone to handle, let alone a senior adult. And while this type of behavior could and probably will be very much the exception rather than the norm, it's certainly worth mentioning. Next up, we have sickness, more specifically allergies. If you're a senior with pre existing sinus issues, then a cat, at least certain breeds, could pose an issue. It's critical to make sure that both senior adult and feline will not have an adverse effect on each other's health and wellness. And finally, interrupted sleep. While this issue isn't specific to seniors, it can negatively impact seniors a bit more, especially the notion of having to get out of bed to see why the cat is doing some 3 a.m. gymnastics. Most all of this harkens back to the prior point about overall health and wellness. You could have 20 senior adults, and each person could be in a different state of golden years health. Whether you're a senior yourself or you're simply looking to get a cat for a senior, it's always critical to make a positive assessment. Seniors and cats can work quite well together, but that won't be the case for everyone, and that's why examining the situation prior to bringing a cat into the home is so vital. Can having a cat in the home help an elderly person live longer? It's certainly possible. It all starts with the enhancement of the overall quality of life. Here are some positive reasons as to why cats can potentially help seniors turn back the clock. First up, fighting loneliness. This is especially true for elderly folks who live alone. Adding a cat to the home can fill many voids: communication, affection, love, play, and so many others. Next up, the love of routine. There's nothing wrong with being a creature of habit, and since cats thrive on routine, this can cause a senior to fulfill a schedule each and every day. Remembering a cat's routine is yet another enhancement to the golden years, plus, it can serve to keep the mind sharp. Next up, reduced risk of heart attacks and strokes. Stress and anxiety, they'll both kill you if given the chance. Having a cat can act as a calming agent. And finally, cats give you a purpose in life. As we enter the final chapter of life, it can become easy to lose focus and purpose. Knowing that another life is depending on you can be quite meaningful. Many seniors have found a sense of renewal by simply being able to be of service. Caring for a feline can provide purpose. And before we conclude things, let's take a quick look at some of the most commonly advised cat breeds for seniors: the American Shorthair, Himalayan, Ragdoll, Persian, Abyssinian, Bombay, and the Munchkin. Of course, this is just a simple list. There's really no wrong breed because it's all situational. Here again, whether you are a senior who is interested in owning a cat or someone who is looking for a cat for a senior, always assess the situation thoroughly in every aspect. Have some type of test run if the option is available. Do everything possible to make a well informed decision. Cats are wonderful and can be a great addition to the home, serving to enrich the life of a senior adult and make those golden years all the more fulfilling and special. If you would like more information concerning today's subject matter, please click the initial link in the description box below and join us at seniorcatwellness.com. And once again, feel free to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel if this type of content is of interest to you. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.